you guys enjoying this little love fest?
Yeah!
Well, let's focus on what's important. Me. So, I woke up that morning, the day I died, thinking, I'd like a lobster bisque. I showered. I had breakfast. But Hermia has it so timed she finishes her breakfast just as I begin mine. Something proud and untouchable about the way she chews her shredded wheats. The rebuke and the rhythm of her chewing. The curve of her back as she's finishing her last bite, standing. Cleaning out the bowl. Who cleans the bowl while they're chewing their last bite? She does it like this, getting rid of all the unchewed bits, and no respect for the discarded. So I ran to the subway in the rain. I didn't have an umbrella, and I didn't say goodbye. I thought about going back for an umbrella and giving Hermia an old-fashioned kiss on the cheek that would soften her face, but I remember the curve of her implacable back. So I forged ahead in the rain, umbrella-less. You know when there's so many people in the city, in the rain, so many people, that not one person needs an umbrella, because one umbrella covers 3 bodies, and people are just yelling into their cell phones, and I'm wondering, where have the phone booths gone? The phone booths are dead, but people are still yammering into their cell phones. I'm hearing fragments of lost love and hepatitis, and I'm thinking, is there no privacy? Is there no dignity? So I get onto the subway, attuned for people's eyes. I believe that when people are in transit, their souls are not in their bodies. It takes a couple seconds to catch up. So walking and horseback are the speeds which the soul can stay within the body. So places like airports and subway stations are very similar to hell. People are vulnerable and disembodied. People are looking around for their souls while they're getting a shoe shine. And that's when you bomb them. In transit. But I didn't know that then. See, I had my head buried in some dermatology office advertisement waiting for the sale of a cornea. The way that I'm speaking, this is hindsight. My mind went dermatology, cornea, rain, umbrella, Hermia's a bitch. Lobster bisque. I really wouldn't say I sell organs for a living. See, listen. A man in Iran needs money real bad, but he doesn't need his own kidney. A woman in Sydney needs a new kidney, but she doesn't need her own cash. I connect these two. You want to deal with red tape? You want to be put on hold and listen to bad music for 7 years while you wait for your organs to dry out? Is that love? No. Is that compassion? No. I make people feel good about their new organs. I call it compassionate obfuscation. There are parts in this world that make everything whole. It's just that the right parts are not yet in the right bodies. It takes a couple people like me to redistribute. One umbrella covers 3 bodies. There was a surgeon I knew who did organ extractions in China. Highly trained surgeon. Couldn't stand it after a while. Political prisoners, not even dead yet, made him sick. But now he's a sushi chef in New Jersey. I went to his counter the other day and ate his hamachi. Excellent. See, I don't dip my sashimi in soy sauce. I believe you should taste your sushi, so taste it. Don't drown it in soy sauce, because that's for children. So I ate my food in silence and I thanked him in Chinese. People looked at me in shock, so I assumed he was Japanese. So I said to him in Mandarin, "You don't want people to know about your onana work? Neither do I." And I left it at that and ate my food in silence. You can tell with tuna whether they slice it from the belly or from the tail end, but he always gave me the belly. It's the good part. But that day, I didn't want to eat something that reminded me of body parts. I woke up in the morning wanting a lobster bisque. So I went to the cafe, that place I always go. And there was this familiar guy behind the counter. A giant. With huge knuckles. So I said to the giant, "I'll have the lobster bisque." And the giant said to me, "Sorry, we're out." As though it was a casual thing to be out of lobster bisque the day I was going to die. As though I could come back the following week. As though it was a friendly, careless matter. Sorry, we're out. So I said to the giant, did you have any 10 minutes ago? The giant said, well, yes. So I said to him, is there anyone at the restaurant currently eating a lobster bisque? And the giant said, well, yes. Who? And he points to this woman in the corner. Palish, sort of nondescript. So I said to the giant, I'll purchase her a bowl of soup. What? So I take out my wallet and I pull out 100. And then I see it. She's tilting the bowl back, taking the last bite. I see it go into her mouth in slow motion. Son of a bitch. So I say, I'll have lentil. Lentil soup is never that great. It's ever serviceable. It's something brown, something mushy with hot carrots. Like death. A little mushy and warm in the wrong places. Not as bad as you think it's gonna be, but not as good either. Suddenly, I feel my heart compressing, like a terrible bird in my chest. And I think, I'm finally punished. Someone's gonna sell my organs to another person in Russia. And I think, pull out your cell phone and call your wife. Tell her to give you a proper burial, organs intact. But no, your wife's not supposed to know to sell organs for a living, no. So I think, call her to just say goodbye. No. Hermie won't have the right tone of voice on your deathbed, no. You want a soft voice, a loving voice, a tender voice, a deathbed voice. No longer holding it in. The things that people hold back from each other. She's gonna wait till the last minute, I know it, but she's gonna keep a little bit extra for herself. She's gonna keep a little bit extra for her little tin can spine so she can have an extra ½ inch of height. I know she's gonna do it. I can't call her, no. So I think, call your mother. No. What would mother say? What a way to die in a cafe, Gordon. No. I can't call her, no. So, call your brother. No. A man doesn't call another man on his deathbed, no. He wants to hear a woman's voice. My heart is heaving itself up out of my chest, into my mouth, and I think, this is all her fault. That bitch over there ate the last lobster bisque. This is all her fault. How could you do something to me like this? But I look at her again, and she looks like an angel. Not like a bitch at all, and I think, good, good. I'm glad she had the last bite. I'm glad she took the last bite. I'm glad. I'm glad. And then I die.